You're about to see what $150,000 actually buys you. And the difference is going to make you rethink everything. Picture this: rolling Tuscan hills, stone villas catching afternoon light, cypress trees lining driveways, terraces overlooking nature reserves, pools reflecting his mountain views. That's where we're heading. But first, let's anchor what $150,000 gets you in the Bronx. 650 square feet and a co-op board interview. $150,000 in Italy? We're talking stone villas, land you can walk for minutes, views that make you daydream, space you can actually live in, and outdoor areas where you can breathe without a neighbor 3 feet away. I saved the most unbelievable options for the end. One is under 100,000 euros, and it's not a ruin. It's a solid property described as move-in, ready with 3 bedrooms and a garden. This isn't about dreams or someday maybes. It's about what you actually get for your money right now. According to real listings at the time of this roundup, properties you can actually move into. We're not just comparing houses here. We're comparing life, light, space, land, views, how close you are to medieval towns or beaches or both, what it feels like to step outside your door every morning. Think of it like this. You're choosing between a monthly co-op payment in a building where someone else controls your choices, or owning actual land where you make the rules. Let's see what the U.S. baseline gives you. Then we'll cross the ocean and watch the leader change immediately, because the contrast is going to hit you harder than you expect. First up, $150,000 buys you 1,165 Fulton Avenue, apartment 2D in the Bronx, New York. Built in 1927, it's a co-op in a well-maintained HDFC building. No yard, no terrace, no balcony, no view of anything but the neighboring building, and maybe some sky if you're lucky. You get 650 square feet total, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and according to the listing, it's move-in, ready with brand new finishes throughout. A modern kitchen with updated cabinetry and appliances, renovated bathroom with sleek fixtures, spacious bedroom with great natural light. It's clean, it's turnkey. No major renovations needed. And honestly, for a New York apartment, it's a decent find. And the best part is, you get to apply to the HDFC board, meet strict income restrictions that limit who can even qualify, and pay an estimated $634 a month just to own those 650 square feet. And that's before HOA fees you won't see itemized until later, before NYC property taxes that'll make you wince, and all with zero outdoor space where you can step outside and breathe or grow a single tomato plant. You're close to public transportation, shopping, schools, local amenities, and you're building equity instead of renting, which is genuinely valuable. But here's the reality. You're paying $231 per square foot to live in a box where the co-op board has final say on whether you can even sell later. Now let's see what that same $150,000 gets you when you cross the Atlantic. And spoiler, the leader changes immediately and doesn't look back. Italy has 7,600 kilometers of coastline, medieval hill towns within an hour of beaches, village markets every week, espresso that costs €1, and properties you can actually move into for what you'd pay for a NYC studio. First stop, Tuscany, where the Etruscans built cities before Rome existed, and the food will ruin you for anywhere else. 155,000 euros, which is about $165,000. Just slightly above our budget, but close enough to make the comparison fair. Pomerantz in the province of Pisa, Val di Siena region. This is an independent stone house, 50 square meters of interior living space, plus a 24 square meter loggia with panoramic views over the town of Pomerantz and the Monteruffoli Nature Reserve. And here's the kicker that makes the Bronx apartment look like a joke. 1.7 hectares of land surrounding the property. That's over 4 acres of Tuscan countryside. Wooded land, olive trees, privacy where your closest neighbor might be half a kilometer away. The house itself is single level, which means no stairs, if that matters to you, with a cozy living kitchen anchored by a wood-burning fireplace for winter nights. 1 double bedroom that's described as comfortable, bathroom with shower, exposed beam ceilings that give it that authentic Tuscan character, double glazing on the windows so you're not freezing, and GPL heating already installed and functional. Described as excellent condition according to the listing, no major renovations. It's not a museum. It's real life. You could move in next month if the paperwork clears. And the best part is you get nearly 2 hectares of wooded land with olive trees you can actually harvest, total privacy where no one's going to complain about noise or grill smoke, and the listing specifically notes you can build a swimming pool on the property if you want to add value or just live better. You're 2 kilometers from the center of Pomerantz for groceries and coffee, 20 kilometers from Volterra if you want Etruscan ruins and museums, 80 kilometers from Pisa Airport so you can fly back to visit family, and 50 kilometers from the Tyrrhenian Sea if you want beach weekends. Try getting a balcony in the Bronx, let alone permission to dig a pool in 4 acres of Tuscan woods where you own the trees and the dirt and the view. If you think that's the ceiling, wait until you see what happens when we drop the price and add hundreds of square meters. Northern Italy's Piedmont region, a wine country where Barolo and Barbaresco come from, mountain views of the Alps on clear days, methane heating infrastructure so you're not burning wood in winter, and you're an hour from Milan if you want city access, or an hour from Torino for culture and Juventus matches. Next property ups the game, with space that could genuinely fit 2 families, or let you run a B&B without anyone feeling cramped. 119,000 euros, about $141,000, well under our 150,000 mark, and somehow bigger than anything we've seen. Macerano in the Bazzone district, a prestigious 350 square meter villa, sitting at the end of a quiet road, surrounded by a large garden and private woodland that's actually deeded to the property. Ground floor, spacious, bright living room with big windows, basement level with a full bathroom that works as a guest area or hobby space or reception area if you're hosting. First floor, kitchen, large panoramic living room where you're looking at greenery instead of concrete. 3 bedrooms, so a family has space to spread out, bathroom, terrace overlooking the garden and woods, plus a dedicated study on the upper level for remote work or whatever you need. The listing says excellent condition, heating with radiators powered by methane so you're connected to the grid, multiple floors that give you separation between living and sleeping zones, functional layout that doesn't waste space, solid property you can actually move into tomorrow if you want. And the best part is several warehouses on site that function as garages or storage or workshop space, depending on what you need, private woodland attached to the property so you literally own forest where you can walk or forage or just sit, and a terrace where you're looking at trees and birds instead of traffic and sirens. For $20,000 less than the Bronx Co-op, you get 5 times the square footage, outdoor space measured in acres, not inches, and rooms you haven't even figured out what to do with yet. New leader by a mile. But don't click away. The next one adds something you won't believe, and it's the same price. 119,900 euros, basically identical to Macerano, but with more rooms and a commercial twist you're going to want to hear. Ghemme, Via Novara, Piedmont wine country again. This is a 2-family villa spread over multiple levels. Wraparound balcony so you can catch sun all day, large terrace for outdoor dining, private courtyard for parking or gardens, garage for actual car storage, First floor welcomes you with a bright and elegant living room. Functional kitchen, bathroom. Second floor, reached by an evocative internal staircase with a stone fireplace built into it that's both beautiful and functional, gives you 3 bedrooms, a spacious master bathroom with a bathtub and a guest bathroom. 7 bedrooms total across the levels when you count everything. New roof, so you're not dealing with leaks or repairs. Well-maintained heating system with radiators powered by gas, described as functional and ready in the listing. So there's no hidden renovation bomb waiting. No major renovations. And the best part is, the ground floor includes a commercial space of approximately 112 square meters that once housed the town's historic pharmacy. So it's got character and history and high ceilings. Rent it out for income. Run your own business. Convert it into more living area if you just want a massive house. You're buying a building, not just a home, for the price of a Bronx 1-bedroom where you need board approval to hang curtains. The property's been marked down from 139,000 euros to 119,900 euros. So, you're catching a deal on a deal. Now there's a twist coming, because the next property is for anyone who thought, I want land, serious acreage, air, total privacy, the kind where your nearest neighbor is a field away and you can't hear them, even if they're loud. And it's still under $150,000, which is insane. Here's where the argument flips. Up until now, I've been showing you space, villas, multi-floor layouts, extra buildings, studies, basements. But what if you want land, real acreage, where you can have animals or gardens or just walk your property for 10 minutes? The next house sits on 3,400 square meters of fenced land. That's nearly an acre, almost 37,000 square feet. Land on 3 sides of the house. And it's still cheaper than a 2-bedroom condo in most U.S. cities. Cheaper than anything comparable in California or Colorado. Or, frankly, anywhere with a view. 159,000 euros. About $188,000. Top of the budget, but maximum land and maximum freedom. Terni in the Umbrian countryside, specifically the hamlet of Colapace in the Colastat area. This is a semi-detached home with 3,400 square meters of land on 3 sides of the house. Fully fenced, so it's secure for kids or pets, surrounded by nothing but nature and quiet. The house is mostly single level, which is great for accessibility. Living room with a beautiful fireplace that has hot air vents so it heats multiple rooms. Convenient storage room, large eat-in kitchen with access to the terrace so you can cook and step outside. Sleeping area has 2 double bedrooms, one with an ensuite bathroom, and another main bathroom with a window for natural light. Upstairs, you get 2 more bedrooms with terraces and another closet for storage. Plus the real surprise, which is a huge garage and storage room for all your gear, bikes, tools, whatever you accumulate. According to the listing, it's ready for 1 or 2 families without sacrificing independence. You could have your parents in one section and still have privacy, or rent half and live in half. Biomass boiler for sustainable heating. Hot water panels, so you're cutting energy costs. Methane heating as backup, so you're covered all winter. And the best part is, your pets have space to run free on nearly an acre of fenced land. You wake up to silence and clean air and a view of greenery in every direction. Every day begins differently when you're looking at trees instead of traffic. And you're still just minutes from Terni for shopping, medical services, schools, everything you actually need. Try finding that kind of freedom in New York for any price. You can't, because land doesn't exist like that anywhere near the city. Best is ahead, because the last 2 break the pattern completely. One is a butterfly garden in the heart of Tuscany's Camellia Festival Zone. One is under 100,000 euros, and it's a full villa with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a garden. Tuscany's Compatese area. Walking distance to bars and restaurants so you're not isolated. 20 minutes to the city of Lucca with its intact Renaissance walls and incredible food scene, and a setting that looks like a postcard year-round, right in the heart of the annual Camellia Festival, where the whole region celebrates flowers and spring. Next property is the smallest footprint on this list, but the charm and character are off the charts. 125,000 euros, about $148,000. Capannori, specifically between Pieve di Compito and Sant'Andrea, in a small hamlet of stone houses. The listing literally calls this the home of the butterflies, because many colorful butterflies arrive here as soon as the garden begins to bloom in spring, which is the kind of detail that tells you someone loved this place. You're in gentle green countryside, immersed in nature but not isolated. The property offers 50 square meters of immediate living space, living area downstairs, bedroom and bathroom upstairs, meticulously designed according to the listing, compact but thoughtful. And here's the thing. There's an additional 100 square meters of rustic space attached that needs complete renovation, but is already classified as a residential dwelling, so you can expand later if you want or need to, or just leave it and live in the 50 ready square meters. The 50 square meter portion is move-in ready as described. Clean, functional, livable. What tomorrow? The extra 100 is a project for later, but you don't need it to live there. It's just potential. Internal courtyard that's a flower-filled oasis and described as a treasured feature. Parking for 3 cars in front of the house, which is rare in Italian hamlets. And a garden that the listing says has always been obsessed with attention to detail, and they hope the new owner will be too, which is charming, and tells you this place has been loved. And the best part is the setting and the life. You're in the Camellia Festival zone, bars and restaurants within walking distance, so you can have a social life without driving. 20 minutes from Lucca, which is one of Tuscany's most beautiful cities. So it's not isolation in the woods, it's a picture postcard life with neighbors you actually want, a community vibe, local festivals, the kind of place where people know your name at the bakery. If you like that, don't skip the finale, because the last property is the reason you opened this video, the one that makes you question everything about U.S. real estate prices. 99,000 euros. That's about $117,000. Lowest price on this entire list. Highest, how is this even real factor? And it's not a ruin or a project. Torretta di Siena, a single-family villa, 105 square meters, all on one floor, so it's accessible and easy. Private garden enclosed by perimeter walls for security and privacy. Porch, perfect for outdoor dining. Artesian well in the garden. And a cellar for storage or wine. Walk in the front door, and you're welcomed by a living room that's described as perfect for family relaxation. Then a separate functional kitchen that's bright and ready to use. Not a corner kitchenette, but a real room. 3 spacious bedrooms, enough for a family with kids or extra rooms for guests or office space if you work remote. 2 bathrooms, so the living area and sleeping area both have coverage and you're not fighting over one shower. Plus a practical cellar ideal for storage or wine preservation if you get into local bottles. The listing says livable condition, autonomous heating, so you control your own costs, systems in good shape, solid property you can actually move into. No major renovations required, just bring your furniture. And the best part is an artesian well right in the garden, which means you have a free water source for irrigation forever, lowering your maintenance costs for the garden and making it easy to grow vegetables or flowers without watching the meter. You're in the heart of Tuscan wine country, 10 kilometers from Montepulciano, where Vino Nobile comes from, 20 kilometers from Pienza, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with the best pecorino cheese you'll ever taste. 50 kilometers from Siena with the paleo and medieval streets. Train station 2 kilometers away if you want to explore without a car. Perugia Airport 70 kilometers. Florence 100 kilometers for day trips. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, garden, porch, cellar, artesian well, quiet residential location, all for $33,000, less than the Bronx Co-op with 1 bedroom and no outdoor space, and a co-op board that can reject your sale. This is what $150,000, or in this case, way less, actually buys when you stop thinking zip code and start thinking life. When you ask yourself what you actually want to wake up to every morning. Let's wrap this fast with top picks. Best for land and space? Tierney Semi-Detached. Nearly an acre of fenced land and room for 2 families to live independently. Best charm to price ratio? Torrita di Siena Villa, under 100,000 euros. Wine country location, 3 bedrooms, garden. Well, you're 10 minutes from Montepulciano. Best business potential? Ghemme 2-family villa. You get a whole building with that historic 112 square meter pharmacy space you can rent for income or convert for living. Best Tuscany turnkey with land, Pomerantz, views over the nature reserve, 1.7 hectares of land with olive trees. And the listing notes you can build a pool if you want. Best for expansion potential, Capannori Butterfly Cottage, 50 square meters ready now, plus 100 more. You can renovate when you want. Which one would you actually pick, Bronx or Italy? Would you choose the co-op board or the artesian well? Let me know below because I'm genuinely curious where people land on this. If you want more finds like this, subscribe. Next region is even cheaper. And I'm hunting Greece and Portugal, next where the prices are going to make today's list look expensive. Listings move fast. Prices reflect this moment. Always check documents and fees with a local professional before you wire money. But now you know what's actually possible when you expand your search past the U.S. border. See you in the next one.